glad yes, hopefully fine and doing, and the situation is dangerous. Again, I request all of you to be safe and stay home and try to keep ourselves very healthy, and please take nutritious food, and wishing you all the best. Let us come back to our chapter. So as we are dealing in the previous class, the first chapter we have completed about our earth, and let us get back to the second chapter. We are talking once again about social studies, class 9th, lesson 2, the natural realms of the earth. The natural realms of the earth. The major realms, we have 4. The first one is lithosphere, second one is hydrosphere, third one is atmosphere, fourth one is biosphere. So the litho refers to the land or rock that connected to the completely land. This sphere is dealing about the land. Second, hydrosphere. This refers to, hydro refers to the water. So this sphere is completely deal with the water. Third one is atmosphere. Atmos refers to the air. So this sphere completely deals with air. Last one, very important, is biosphere. Bio refers to the life, where we can able to observe the land, water, air are essential to complete or to continue the life of the people, life of the human beings on the earth. So in the present chapter, we are going to see completely better to know, or maybe completely we are going to know about the first sphere called as a lithosphere. We are going to study in the present chapter. Natural realms of the earth in this major lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. First one, lithosphere. It is a solid crust or a hard part of the earth. It is also made up of the rocks, minerals covered with a thick layer of the soil. Litho means a stone or a rock, sphere means a ball. And especially we can able to observe where the globe, but it has a high mountains, plateaus, highlands, low plains, deep valleys or very deep basin which filled with water or ocean. So many of these features shaped with the wind and water. So even some portion of the crust we can able to observe. So completely the litho refers to the land or a rock, sphere refers to a ball or a globe which consists of or deals with about the litho or a rock or a land is called lithosphere. Second one is called a hydrosphere. Hydrosphere, the realm of the water is called hydrosphere. It comes from the Greek word hydro, which means water. Some part of the water found with a deep down under the earth among the rocks. It is also called as a groundwater or mineral water. It comprises of the various sources of water, different types of water bodies, example like a river, lake, sea and ocean. Third one is called as a atmosphere. Atmosphere refers to a thin layer of the gases, or we can call as the air which surrounded around the earth is called as a atmosphere. It is also a Greek word. Atmos means vapor. It consists of the large number of gases. Example like a carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen and different kinds of dust particles. Fourth one, biosphere. This realm includes life. That may be from the point of bacteria to maybe a biggest tree that lives on the earth is a banyan tree. Everything that covers bios means the life. As you may be noting about the life need to present all these 3 realms. Example like a land, water, air. These 3 are required to continue life on the earth. Landforms. There are 3 types of landforms we have. The first order landforms, second order landforms and third order landforms. So as the earth was, the land was formed, we can able to see the first order landforms where the basic division was made, oceans and continents. It is called as the first order landform, and where we could see the landforms of made into a mountains, plains and plateaus. These are called as a second order landform. Third order landform is not mentioned here, but just note down that where shaping of the land by the wind, example like a mountain, valley, delta, dune, or with the process of weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition, if take place, it is called third order landform. The jigsaw puzzle and moving plates. This we have seen in the already earlier class, example like a proposing of theory, Alfred Wegener theory, a continental drift theory, where continents drift together. The plato tectonics, or maybe the massive base rocks are called as the plates. The major plates, especially we can see African, North America, South America, Indo-Australia, Antarctica, Eurasia, Pacific plates. All these are called as a Eurasian plateau. And second one, southern part is also called as a Gondwana plateau. So these two are the major plates where they also formed into the major plates, and later on we could see the formation of different kinds of continents that have occurred. Sea floor spreading. The geologists studying about the crust under the sea, they discovered about the some of the oceans, example like a Pacific Ocean, mid-ocean ridges. They may be formed of the lava rising from the mantle. Mantle refers to the second layer of the earth. They erupt the ridges creating of the own oceans, and thus the mid-ocean ridges of the newest crust, they also formed into the sea floor spreading. This refers to sea floor spreading. And the drama at the margins refers to the high and low ridges that similarly lead to the margins of the plates, where one plate meets to the another, or maybe incompleting or maybe incoming plate dips into the another staple of plate, or we also can able to say that the mantle of the earth becomes into the molten stage because of the heat of the mantle. So all these stages, all these kinds of changes can be taken place in the second layer of the earth. And this is also one of the reason we can able to observe, like one day in every distant future land you are standing upon, that will be become like a Himalayas. They joined in the molten stage of the mantle. In fact, Himalayas earlier it was a sea called Tethys. So lithosphere, it is also having the two types of movements. They are called as a slow movements, sudden movements. They are slow movements and sudden movements. Very slow movements leading to the formation of the crust. The movement of the continental plate, their eventual return to the mantle, is called a slow movement. But second one is called as a sudden movement, or sudden and dramatic eruption of the volcanoes, earthquakes. Especially because of sudden movement, we can able to observe the result is called as a formation of volcanoes and earthquakes. Now let us see the sudden movement example, volcanoes. So this figure we can able to observe volcanoes are placed on earth, the surface, where molten, the material from the mantle erupts the earth's surface. This molten material is also accompanied by the steam, smoke, and various forms of the gases at depth of the earth. The smoke, ash, dust, they spread into the atmosphere while the molten materials cool and form the hard rock called as igneous rocks. And we also can able to observe, after becoming the part of lava reaches to surface, it is also called as intrusive land or intrusive landforms. They are covered with older rocks exposed sometimes due to the erosions or maybe covering of the rocks. And these are also called, the surface of the earth forms into the extrusive landforms. These are also covers into the extrusive landforms. And we are finally we can say such kind of lava. For example, we can see sometimes the better thing is a Deccan leading to the formation of the extensive lava plateau. In India, the Deccan Plateau is one of the example where it is formed as a lava plateau, that is called as a Deccan. Pacific Ring of Fire. So we can able to observe that in the Pacific Ocean there is a complete ring or maybe complete circle where number of earthquakes takes place. A concerned area is considered as a Pacific Ring of Fire. It is also called Pacific Rim, and especially the edge of the Pacific Ocean basin, about 3/4 part of all active volcanoes in the world lies within the Pacific Rim. The theory plate of tectonic provides the explanation for this pattern. The plate boundaries are also found all the way around the Pacific basin. It is along the plate boundaries the many volcanoes, earthquakes occur. The given name, henceforth it is called as a Pacific Ring of Fire. Air and water transform the surface of the earth. How do they transform, or maybe what kind of changes they help us to take place with the help of the air and water? They are basically, first one, weathering, second one, erosion, third one, transportation, and fourth one is the deposition. Let us know about the weathering. The gradual distraction of the rocks by atmospheric force, the weather process, or we can able to know very clearly the rocks when they are exposed to the heat and expand and contract when they are cooled down. This happens every day during the life, day and night. So throughout the years as pass on, especially in the summer and winter season, so this process of becoming into a condition where water reacts with a chemical or maybe rocks further, they become very weakened. These process by which rocks are weakened and broken, they are called as a weathering. And second one we also can call as a erosion. Flowing water or a wind, a great power, they can slowly wear away and cut away the rocks, soil in the higher places, or wind too, or wind also takes many forms like a storm, gusts, steady winds. So these kind of an active wearing away the earth's surface by moving of the agents is called as a erosion. Third one is called transportation. Transportation refers to, it is also the erode material from the form of a small rocks or a gravel, mud, fine soil. They are carried by the wind and water is called as a transportation. That can be carried by the rivers or a wind or a waves or soil. So all these can be taken as an example for the transportation. Last one is called a deposition. Deposition refers to when the rivers and winds, they slow down. They do not have the force to carry the material anymore. They dump them at one place. The dumped debris help and form the plain of a river basin. It can be called as a deposition. It can be called as a deposition. Through this deposition, we also can able to see the sedentary rocks are also formed, and we can able to see that simultaneously different parts of the world, different rates that depend upon the nature of the slope, structure of the rock, and local climate, interference of the different kinds of human beings that they interfere in the conditions. So all these lead to the different situations. Work of the water. Work of the water. The work of the river begins from its very source in a high mountains, and the flow of river is very swift as it descends of the steep slopes, and some of the mountains were also cut vertically and they formed into the V-shaped valleys, and some of them, if the force is less, they also formed the U-shape. They are called as a U-shaped valleys. The biggest canyon in the world is on a river Colorado. River Colorado. And we also can able to observe, especially the rocks are very hard, the rivers cut, narrow valleys, side also steep, that they form into the gorges. Bison Gorge in the AP and the Godavari, Indus Gorge in Kashmir are some of the examples for this. A canyon is also characterized by a steep like a side slopes and maybe as deep as gorge. A gorge is almost equal a width of its top as well as its bottom. And the last point is that the water falls with a great force, dig out the rock beneath, and they also form into the plunge pool. When the river is in flood, it has a great force and cuts the soil, and we can also call it cuts the silt, and when it is not a flood, sometimes it is also deposits the silt. And next point, it is how the vast floods that take place on the plains, example like Ganga plain, Krishna plain, Godavari plains, these were also made. Due to the deposition, along the sides of the Mandir, the ends of the Mandir loop comes closer and closer. And if you can able to observe the following picture down, before the flood, the situation, flood stage, and after the floods. And next, the highest waterfall we could see in the world is Angel Falls. Height is 979 meters. Second one is second highest waterfall in the world is Tungela Falls. Height is 947 meters. The highest waterfall in India is Jog Falls. Height is 253 meters. It is in Karnataka. Work of glaciers. In very cold regions like Himalayas or Alps, the snow is very heavy. They get snowfall instead of the rainfall. And the river Ganga is also formed from the Gangotri glacier or the Himalayas. The slow moving of the mass of an ice is also called as a glacier. The glaciers erode through the process called as a plucking, in which it lifts the pieces of the rock and transport them. And we also could see through this deal a dual process of the plucking and the abrasion of the glacier, they create the U-shaped valleys. And last one we could see the till which cannot be carried the glacier, they deposit at the various parts of the glacier, and the deposition of this till it is of the moraines. Work of waves. Work of waves. The erosion and deposition by the sea waves give rise to the coastal landforms. As the sea waves continuously strike at the rocks and cracks, they develop into the over the time. Gradually, we can see and we can able to find that the hollow-like caves are formed on the rocks. These become as a bigger and bigger. The roof of the caves remain thus forming. They are called as a sea arcs. Further, we can see that the steep rocky coast rising almost vertically above the sea water is called as a sea cliff. When sea cliff, the weather further they form, we can able to see that a cape is head of the land cutting out into the sea. Or second one, a bay is a wide mouth rose rises in the line of a coast. Sea waves deposit sediments along the shore forming of the beaches. Work of the wind. Work of the wind. In this section, we also coming to know that see the atmospheric changes. The wind is also dominant, a great agent in the hot deserts, and where the other side the sand is also affected with this. And basically, the two changes we can able to observe here is that formation of the mushroom rocks or inselbergs. Mushroom rocks, wind erode the lower section of the rock more than a upper part. Therefore, such rocks have the narrow bottom, wider top. These are called as a mushroom rock. In the picture 2.11, it shows mushroom rock very clearly. And next, picture number 2.12, we can see Inselberg. It is isolated residual hills rising abruptly from the ground are called as a Inselberg or island mountain. Inselberg or a island mountain. Sand dunes. Due to the weathering, the persistence of the wind action, there is a large accumulation of the fine sand in many deserts. These form the sand dunes. These are unstable hills of the sand which move with a strong wind. They form a number of shapes as they move and settle down. This soil is also called as a losses. Losses, in fact, a fine loam which is also having the rich in a lime, where a coherent and extremely porous in nature, the plains formed by the deposition of the loess are called as a losses plains. Sand dunes, especially we can able to observe in the Sahara desert, as we have the picture, just we can able to observe it very clearly. Action of vegetation by the human beings. Finally, in this section, we just briefly examine the impact of the biosphere on the lithosphere. In what way that we think that the vegetation of the plants, trees, or maybe the grass affecting of the rocks that we can come to know, and they contribute to the weathering of the rocks by driving of the roots into the fine cracks or holes in the rocks. They also enable the water moisture to enter into the rocks, which further enable to the weathering. On the other hand, the plant or a grass covers the soils, prevent easy denudation or maybe transportation of the soil by the wind and water. And last point, human beings are especially after the industrial revolution, they have had a major role in the transforming of the crust as we live on earth. Most probably, we could able to observe that human caused refers to human beings are becoming the greater cause for the pollutions that take place on the earth. Henceforth, if you could able to stop our pollution that we create by the human caused, we can able to create the good balance of the pollution free atmosphere on earth.